What is up, everybody? To Receiver today. Now we're going to talk about the IGN reviewer that gave Starfield a 7 out of 10. And a 7 out of 10 isn't a bad score, it's above average. But it's like people have been finding some tweets in this guy's history that's been pretty anti Xbox. He's pretty much been against the whole Activision Blizzard merger, against the Bethesda merger as well. So it doesn't make any sense for IGN to have a guy who's so against these mergers that Xbox has been doing, or these games being exclusive to Xbox in general, to be reviewing an Xbox exclusive game that was originally Bethesda title. That's the Bethesda title. So this doesn't make any sense. People have been calling this dude's biasness for this review. And then some of the questionable reviews he gave in the past about different games that scored higher than this Starfield game. Like I was saying some crazy ones. Let me go back. It was some wild games he was giving higher scores than Starfield. Let me see. I think it was like Duke Nukem. He gave it an 80 or something like that. Yeah, Duke Nukem Forever. He gave this game an 80, but Starfield a 7. It's like, yeah, I kind of can't trust your opinion at that point. Like Duke Nukem an 80, but Starfield a 7 out of 10. He's literally dressed in Kratos attire. Like, it just proves itself at this point. Like, people could be conspiracy theorists that is IGN really biased against Xbox. I don't know. It's a lot of it's a lot of signs that say that they might be biased, especially with this reviewer right here. But so this is one tweet. He says, "I remain angry that early access has come to me, but before poor people." It was like several games that have been doing this before, so I don't see why it's a big deal that Xbox is doing this with Starfield. Because it's like, if you want to pay extra money, you can play a game early. A lot of games have been doing this practice. So why are you just calling Xbox for doing it? I don't know. Especially with Starfield, a game that he's reviewing, mind you. Then he says, if Microsoft plans to release games like Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 on PS5, Phil would have said so already. There will be anger and backlash. And this other quote that's been floating around the internet. Unless you own Microsoft stock, there is no reason to churn acquisitions like this. Studios that have been making multi-platform games will now be focused exclusively on Xbox and PC. That's good for Xbox, not good for consumer choice. Well, me as a consumer, I disagree because it's saving me money with Game Pass. I don't know what he's talking about here, but people have been saying, hey, this dude is a big bias against Xbox. It doesn't make any sense for this guy to review this game, but it's just like IGN decided to make this guy review this game. But let's see, there's more tweets people popped up. Not really something to gloat about. This is an example of a game being taken away from an audience that would otherwise have had access to it, as opposed to one that only existed because of first-party investors in its platform. I think this is referring to Starfield. So he's not happy that the Starfield was taken away from PlayStation gamers. I mean, that could have affected the score. I'm just saying. Then he said, Spider-Man was announced as a PlayStation exclusive, and you will not find any examples of me saying that industry consolidation is good for gamers. Good for first parties, absolutely, but those are not the same thing. Spider-Man was always multi-platform franchise for years. Second Starfield was never announced to be multi-platform for what I can remember. That's what this guy responded with, because once again, Spider-Man was on Xbox consoles for the longest. It's only with PS4 generation they made Spider-Man exclusive property to PlayStation consoles at that point. Then he says, franchise is not equals individual game. The fact that Starfield was announced without specific platforms means it was not announced as a platform exclusive as Spider-Man was. So once again, he's fine with Spider-Man being exclusive, but not Starfield. Definite bias right there. It's like, you can't be mad that the Bethesda games was taken away from PlayStation gamers, while you're not mad that the Spider-Man character was taken away from Xbox gamers. It's just hypocrisy right there. And let's go back to his other views of Microsoft making an acquisition he didn't like before deletion. You can see a trend. This guy hates Microsoft for its acquisitions and have made games exclusive to Xbox, especially Starfield, and he's the reviewer. Too easy. Yeah, you read that one already? I think he deleted this tweet too, but people saved it. Yeah. It's just real bizarre that they got this guy as the reviewer for this game. So Like, I don't care that he has an opinion that the game was a 7, but it's like it's kind of not making sense when you see the games he reviewed before in the past that got higher scores than Starfield. I think it was like Destroy All Humans, he gave a higher score than Starfield. And I was like, really? Destroy All Humans and Duke Nukem? And it was another weird game he gave a higher score. Watch Dogs Legion, when it's not even in the same stratosphere as Starfield, so it's just really bizarre. And once again, the fact that he's in a PlayStation themed outfit, very telling. Best part is an American patriot crapping on an American company. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, that is kind of fascinating too, because Microsoft is an American company, but these so-called American patriots have a very heavy disdain for Microsoft for whatever reason in Xbox. Which I'm kind of glad somebody's point that out too, because that is very, very weird right there. These dudes peddle the console war, shaking my head. Shame on you, Stapleton. This guy is obviously a PlayStation fanboy who wouldn't give Starfield a proper score, and he was upset that Xbox got Starfield and other Bethesda games as an exclusives. He shouldn't have been able to review the game due to being biased. I kind of agree with that, to be honest. Like, you're clearly biased against these Xbox acquisitions. You shouldn't be reviewing an Xbox acquisition that they got recently from Bethesda. You shouldn't be reviewing their games, to be honest. Of course, that bald, petty, washed-up old man with existential crisis is actually abusing his power and making his way out to make sure nobody else but him was reviewing it. Another case on how disingenuous, I think he's trying to say, IGN higher-ups are towards the brand. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's very odd. Wait, so this is who IGN let review Starfield? It definitely makes sense now. Like I said, certain or even major portions of outlets favor reviewing all of their games on PlayStation, and that is no longer an option with Starfield. Yeah. When this guy say you want to go back and play the 2016 version of No Man's Sky, which he thinks is better, yet he reviewed that for IGN and gave it a 6 out of 10, the tone was set. And once again, No Man's Sky hasn't been brought up. It's only been brought up recently because they want to use it as ammunition against Starfield, mostly what Sony fanboys do. The fact that he's taking a book after a chapter is telling you all you need to know at that point. Like, you're using the same rhetoric as Sony fanboys. That's like, that tells me enough right there. Bro gave criticism that sounded like it would make it for a legit bad game, but still tried to convince himself he didn't hate it. I'm thinking media bias isn't a current out to take for Xbox fans. Yes, because IGN gave it a 7, the US one at that, while the other IGN outlets gave it a high score. Once again, at the end of the day, I'm still going to play the game. I'm still excited to play this game, but it's just like, you can just see the obvious bias. It's just so clear as day at this point. people could say that, hey, you just conspiracy theorists and stuff like that, but it's like, you got so many tweets that are just anti-Xbox or anti this whole Xbox acquisition of these different companies. Then why would you have this guy reviewing a game? It doesn't make sense. And he's literally dressed in a Kratos costume as well in one of his pictures. So, I don't know. Just a food for thought right there. Maybe people could think about this, but the game is still doing very well. It's scoring high. People are excited to play it. I'm probably going to play it. I don't know if I'm going to play it after work today, get the premium edition, premium upgrade, or probably just wait until the official release of the 6th. I'm not decided yet, but still looking forward to it. But just a shame that some of these people are clearly biased and they're reviewing the game. Like, why are you having biased people review these games? It just doesn't make any sense. But it is what it is. But I'm going to conclude right here. Definitely share your thoughts down below. Leave a like this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.